Today, we'll look at the 6 most brutal fights in Invincible that left us on the edge of our seats. From bone-crushing battles to shocking showdowns, we've seen it all to bring you the best fights so you don't miss out. Join us as we explore the jaw-dropping, heart-pounding action Invincible has to offer. But before we get started, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and comment down your favorite character from the show. And stick till the end to witness some bonus savage moments you'd regret missing out. Number 6. Rexplode vs. Lizard League. It's not that simple. Let's start this epic journey with the fight between Rexplode and the Lizard League. While the muscle of the Guardians were in space fighting squids, Rexplode, Duplicate, and Shrinking Ray were called on a mission to a government facility by Cecil to stop the Lizard League from launching nuclear weapons and destroying half the nation, which led to an unforgettable death battle. The Guardians were actually holding good ground up until Komodo Dragon rips and smashes the real Duplicate in half. Shrinking Ray, seeing the seriousness of the situation, takes immediate action by exploding Salamander's brain from the inside. She tries to do the same to Komodo Dragon, but he resists her expansion and she is brutally crushed and swallowed. Rex, realizing he is the last remaining Guardian, tries to escape, but he's chased down and forced to finish the fight, which he somehow wins. While trying to process the fact that his hand was just bit off, he's shot in the head by none other than King Lizard. Rex still somehow gets up and stomps King Lizard's face to death. Explode that like button for Rex. He knew it was the end and still went out like a G. Number 5. Irath's Evaluation. Here goes nothing. Next up, we have Irath's Evaluation. Just when you thought Invincible couldn't get any cooler, Seth Rogen shows up as an alien. And no, we're not talking about the movie Paul, but Alan is definitely another laid-back alien we'd want to hang out with. Before Alan and Mark become buddies, it looks like a massive showdown is about to kick off. Mistaking Mark for his dad, whom he had a big fight with years ago, this mind-reading alien gets into Mark's head during their clash. Using the surroundings to their advantage, the fight goes from a satellite to the moon, and out into the vastness of space, with plenty of punches thrown in between. But here's the twist. As intense as the fight starts, it wraps up on a funny note. Alan realizes he's got the wrong planet and mentions that Irath is actually Earth. Earth? Yeah, they do sound pretty similar. After all, Earth and Irath share most the same letters. Number 4. Machine Head Ambush. That actually hurt. Moving on, we have the Machine Head Ambush. This fight stings, and not just because of the punches thrown. The audience, as well as Mark, start to feel for Titan, which makes it even harder when he turns on Mark to keep his top spot. Invincible finds himself outnumbered by Machine Head's team of bodyguards, and even though Omni-Man is watching from the sidelines, he doesn't jump in. Maybe he wanted Mark to learn something, or he just didn't think it was his fight. Either way, Omni-Man likely calls Cecil, who manages to dodge the Guardians. A bit more help would have been great, especially since the fight leaves Invincible, Monster Girl, and Black Samson hanging on by a thread. In the end, Machine Head gets what's coming to him, and all the Guardians make it out alive. But it's far from a win for our heroes. Number 3. Omni-Man stops the invasion. Here goes nothing. Up next, we have Omni-Man putting a stop to the invasion. It might sound like we're repeating ourselves, but trust us, it's anything but. In the second episode, our heroes face off against the Flaxons multiple times. What makes it interesting is that each attack comes from a different place where time works differently. While the Flaxons have a lot of time to get better at fighting, Earth is left struggling with just a few days to get ready. As the invasion gets worse, even Invincible and Teen Team struggle to keep things under control. But just when things seem bad, Omni-Man shows up, proving that he's Earth's best defender. He says that Earth isn't theirs to take over. But here's the catch. Omni-Man's plans for Earth aren't so different from what he had to do to the Flaxons' home world. This part, with its dark and intense scenes, shows us how much damage one Viltrumite can do to a whole planet. Number 2. Well, that escalated quickly. It's about time. Coming in at number 2, we have, well, that escalated quickly. It didn't take long for many viewers to suspect that Omni-Man wasn't as good as he seemed, but no one was ready for him to turn into a full-on villain so soon. The first episode draws us in with bright colors and jokes. Just as we're getting to know and like the Guardians of the Globe, Omni-Man wipes them out. Red Rush gets stopped in his tracks, Aquarius is turned into bits, Green Ghost becomes an actual ghost, Martian Man gets all twisted up, War Woman gets her head turned around, and not even Darkwing's gadgets can save him. Even Immortal doesn't live up to his name. In a moment, one guy takes down 7 of Earth's mightiest heroes. Now, before we finally reveal our top pick, enjoy some of the most brutal and savage moments in Invincible. Thaddeus turns off Alan's life support. This missive, this machination. This moment caught fans off guard, especially those familiar with the comics. In the comics, Thaddeus and Alan were long-standing allies, fighting together against the Viltrumites, but he keeps showing he's the group's best asset. That's what makes this scene in the show so shocking. After Alan barely survives a Viltrumite attack, Thaddeus visits him in the hospital. He sends Talia away, saying he'll keep an eye on Alan. Thaddeus assures that he'll watch over him. But instead of watching over him, Thaddeus turns off the machine keeping Alan alive. It's a shocking betrayal that left viewers stunned. The exorcism of Damien Darkblood. Neil Armstrong, eat your heart out. Think of Damien as a mix between Hellboy, John Constantine, and Rorschach. Damien is a demon who solves crimes to avoid going to the underworld. After the Guardians of the Globe are killed, Darkblood starts to suspect the only survivor, saying Omni-Man killed the Guardians, or tried to. Cecil decides it's too risky to go after Nolan without more information. So, when Darkblood gets too involved in the case, Cecil quickly removes the demon. Darkblood comments that he never thought Cecil would be the one to protect Nolan. Even though Darkblood knows his fate, it's tough to watch as chains pull him back down to the underworld. We're left wondering if this is the last we'll see of him. But Darkblood was smart to leave his notes in a safe place. And finally, it's time for the most awaited fight. Number 1. Mark is Invincible, Where I Really Come From. This is the showdown we've been waiting for and dreading. Nolan reveals his plan to take over Earth for the Viltrumite Empire. Mark, of course, refuses to join him, but Nolan is determined. Mark pleads with Nolan not to go through with it and says it's not too late. Nolan responds that it is too late. The fight that follows is too brutal to put into words. Nolan's lack of concerns for the lives lost makes it even more chilling. He tries to force his beliefs on Mark, but it seems he's also struggling with himself. A flashback shows us that Nolan does understand what it means to be human. This realization leads Nolan to spare Mark and leave Earth, but the physical and emotional damage he's caused won't be easy to forget. Wow, what a wild ride through the most brutal fights in Invincible. Which fight did you love watching the most? Did we miss any that you think should have made the list? Let us know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed our picks, make sure to like the video and subscribe for even better entertainment. Thanks for watching.